Hi, FlossTube.
Hi, FlossTube.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is Just Keep Stitching, episode 119.
8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 20 plus 20 plus 10 plus 25 plus 25 is 119, cause math.
There you go. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
You like my sporty hat?
My sporty hat.
Yodel. That's all you're going to get.
Are you gonna wear it the whole video?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't. It's actually called an Alpen hat.
Of course. Of course.
I didn't know.
If you don't
that.
know why I'm wearing my Alpen hat, stay with us. All will be revealed.
Oh my god.
Seriously.
I hope you wear it the whole time.
Okay, well, maybe we will.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
We are back.
Yes. And yet another late video.
And, you know, we're late because we've been on the road again.
We've been away.
And it's good to go. It's good to come home. We are a station about... We're a YouTube channel about cross stitch. See, she does it so much better.
I know.
Anyway, hope you had a good week. Hope you made time to stitch.
Yeah.
We sure as heck did.
We did.
And we did it with a wonderful, wonderful group of stitchers.
Yeah.
At the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat.
Yes.
Which this year was held in the Amana colonies.
Amana.
Of Iowa.
Iowa.
We did all kinds of Googling on the way.
We did.
Because we don't know a whole lot about Iowa.
Yes, we do not.
And everything went smooth as silk.
Yep.
Had a wonderful time.
Yes.
We left Wednesday.
We did.
And drove most of the way so that we could kind of get there right when the stitching room opened at noon on Thursday.
Correct.
So it wasn't half and half?
Because it's like about 8 hours.
Yeah.
So for us to get there at noon on Thursday, we would have left it, had to leave at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah. That's
in the morning, and that's not going to happen.
This old girl does not like to drive at nighttime.
Nor is she good at it.
So. Hey! Anyway. So.
Before we get into all the details.
We'll get into all the details of our experience at the Midwest Cross
Yes.
Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat. And before we do that,
yes,
could we take care of this?
Yes.
Do you want to pause the video?
Yes, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, we're back. We don't want that reflection of our inset light bulb across the room.
Correct.
To be distracting.
Correct.
And so
you're welcome.
Hopefully I noticed it in time.
I think you did.
Before we get into our experience, let's do Pam's.
You can. It's okay.
Oh, let's do.
Am I doing the kazoo?
Yeah, do the kazoo. All right. Pam's pinned comment for this week, which is going to have a visual aid because you have to see this as well as hear it. 6 days ago, this comment was left under last week's video.
Which was our whistle stop video.
I can't even talk today.
Words are hard.
Which was our whistle stop video, and it was left by a viewer named April Roberts.
Yes.
And it's very short, but it's very funny.
Yes.
First of all, she says, I can't even. I saw too much today. Gasp. Can't take it all in. Gasp. Staggers about the room. And so I want you to see the bolding of the ellipses between the words.
And all of the things.
Super, super cute.
It's so cute.
So cute. So thanks, April, because I think you had to do a copy paste to get the bolding and everything.
I don't know how you did it, but it was cool.
But it's cute as heck.
Sure
And,
is.
So, yeah, we try to really concentrate on quality content.
Yes.
Related to cross stitch. And so
That's
some
what you're gonna
episodes
get
we
today.
have more than others. What can I say?
Right. And today we might have more than others,
So,
but it's okay.
we thank everybody who comments on our videos. We get a ton of comments. Boy, oh boy. And they are so, so fun.
Yes.
And if there's a direct question, I do try to answer it. Sometimes I have to consult with the staff. But I do try to answer specific, questions. All right. The first thing we want to say
Yes.
about the Midwest Crossers Stitchers Retreat
Yes.
is that the lovely and super talented Brenda Gervais. Gervais. We did get that corrected?
Yes.
The wonderful and lovely Brenda Gervais was there.
And she was the guest designer.
Guest designer,
And
speaker,
class teacher.
Enabler.
Yes.
All pop-up shop owner. Just a delight. My goodness.
Yes.
Just a delight. What an opportunity to talk with her about everything general and specific about her designing career and her process and her history and the legacy that she is so proud to be a part of.
Yes.
And so that was pretty much our interest in going this year.
Yeah.
And we were thrilled to be a part of it.
Yes. So I have met Brenda one time before. It was at Nashville Needlework Market in this past March. However, which was wonderful to meet her. It was the first time I ever met her in real life. However, for anyone that has been to market, knows about market, watched our market recap video, I'm there professionally. So I'm there as a shop employee, and so the context was very different. I'm not a retreat attendee when I go to market. It's a professional level event, and there's so much to do. You're so busy. Everyone is, whether you're there as a buyer or a retailer, and so there's not a lot of time for chit chat.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
So we went into a room. We, obviously said hello and all the things, and then sat down and made the transaction and bought her patterns and all of that. But that was pretty much all we got to see of Brenda at market this year. So I was very interested in going just to spend some more time with her and talk to her a little bit about, talk shop a little bit, but to also just, show my gratitude for how much I enjoy her designs and all the work that she does for this industry. And so this was the perfect opportunity for us to do that. And so if you've never been to a retreat where there is a guest designer, there is a lot on the plate of the designer who is going. Yeah. And not only there's a lot of expectations, but 10 out of 10 retreats I've been to with a guest designer, they go above and beyond what is asked of them. Right. And this retreat was no exception. Right. And so the retreat officially started, that included things with Brenda on Friday at noon. Mm-hmm. We were able to get into the stitching room on Thursday at noon, but Brenda's stuff didn't start until Friday. Right. And so we were kind of sprinkled with gifts from Brenda throughout the entire weekend, which was lovely. Right. So the first item that we got, Brenda, and so first we're going to show you all the lovely things we got from Brenda. Okay. And then talk about the lecture that she gave on Friday or Saturday, and the class that she taught Saturday afternoon, and then we'll go piece to piece throughout the rest of our weekend. Yeah. So Brenda will be releasing a new Over One series. For those of you that know about her baskets, for her Baltimore baskets. The first one was over 2, but the rest of them were all over 1. She is a huge fan of over 1 stitching. And so we got this pattern gifted to us which is the first installment of her new Over One series called Souvenirs of the Heart. And this is called Autumn in Amana. And it is so cute.
It's gorgeous.
The model was stitched on 28 count mushroom Lugana, one of my faves, over one.
Yeah.
I love you, Brenda. I don't know if I can do it.
I'm going to try.
I mean, you are?
I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm really going to try.
I love that about you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm obsessed with those squirrels. I think that house is gorgeous. But I don't know about the over. It's not because I can't do over one.
Right.
I can do over one.
Right.
But to me, what I like about over two stitching is that I can see the X's. I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it's exquisite.
Exquisite.
I wanted to say too. I've got my copy, obviously too. But the significance of the colors she chose for the house is really cool because a lot of attendees stayed in bed and breakfast in Amana.
Right.
And the one that we stayed in did not look like this, but many did. Many did. And so I think that her inspiration was actually the
I mean, look at those squirrels on that roof.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming, you know,
right.
Brenda, correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that
it's so cute.
That could be her her inspiration.
Correct.
She has another talent that most of you probably don't know about, and maybe she doesn't even realize. She is a very, very good public speaker. She gave a talk on the more or less the history of cross stitch, and her main source was a book that I regret to say I did not take note of the title. There was a handout, however. Let me just double check and make sure that it doesn't say anything on the handout about the book she more or less referenced.
It gives the titles.
But she gave a talk about cross stitch and themes and motifs, and this went. She started. I'm going to tell you what. She started with biblical times, and went all the way up to modern times.
Awesome.
And this was the handout, more or less, of reference points throughout her talk. Her timing and her detail were wonderful. And a couple of our table mates said that it was so moving because she projected it into the future with all of our acronyms and so forth.
Oh, really?
And our favorite tools that we use, and even FlossTube, for instance. And
I want a FlossTube sampler.
Yeah, no, well, it was more or less like,
and I'm kidding,
future generations will look back on our needlework and they'll be referring to us. And it's at that moment when many of us at the table actually got a little teary-eyed over the whole place that we will hold in the history of needlework for future generations. Of course, being a history person, I found that to be very, very moving. And she held that room. I'm going to tell you what, there was not, you know how they say a pin drop. There was not a needle drop in that room the whole time. It was really, really excellent. It was wonderful to get that inspiration and that history from Brenda.
Yes.
And so we wanted to mention that. If you ever have an opportunity, I don't know if she ever does this for other retreats, but she did it for this one, and we all benefited.
Did she give us this before or after the talk? I can't remember now.
I don't remember, and I don't know that it's that important.
So I know that she dropped off at our seats a box of Whitman's chocolate,
which figured into her talk. She talked about,
because it's called Whitman Sampler.
Yeah, she talked about why it's called the Whitman Sampler.
So cute.
That was super, super cute.
So she did an exclusive sampler for our retreat.
Right.
And I will open my box. So we each got these boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what the front looks like.
Right.
And it's the little red house sampler.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a piece of it. I will open it up and show you all the goodies. But Pam and I got the same thing, so we'll just go through one. There's so much wonderful stuff in here. But let me show you the full sampler. Hold, please. Inside of this box is not one, not two, but 3 charts.
Believe it?
Which is just ridiculously generous, and we're just like so grateful. Okay, so this is Little Red House Sampler, and in the middle it reads, "With thy needle and thread, I stitch the best I can."
Right.
And it is beautiful. It is beautiful. When we're done talking about this box of goodies, then I will insert pictures of the model which she had there with her, which was awesome.
Right.
And then, so not only do we get this sampler, before you ask, I don't know what the release plans are for this publicly, whether there are plans.
Right.
I know that the last retreat that she did a big chart like this for was for Shepherd's Bush. And that retreat was last fall, and it is going to be about 1.5 years.
I think that's traditional.
I think so too.
Yeah,
but
roughly.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
And then the second chart inside was the Needleworker's accoutrement. As thy needle goes, so goes my heart. So you stitch all of this out like this. I love this design. And then it ties up like that, which is so cute. And then we got the linen and the little string to complete that. And then you also get, this is the other half of Needleworker's accoutrement. And I love this little bird. He's so cute. So cute. And so then we get the linen and the lace for as pictured as well. And this to finish it inside, which is super cute. We get all the threads for the 2 smaller projects in here, which is really, really nice. This is the little stand to put the thing on. And I'm going to get there.
Oh, okay.
And so those were the 3 charts that we got. Now, there was, before lunch was the lecture. This is on Saturday. And then we had lunch. And then after lunch, there was a finishing class taught by Brenda.
Right.
So, we were told what we needed to bring, but we didn't obviously know exactly what we were doing. So, typically, if you know us and watch this channel, you know that A, we don't sew. B, we do not finish our own things. We, typically, honestly don't have a desire to do that. All of you creative people out there, bless you.
Right.
We have Jan, we have Barbara, we have Denise, we have people at our local needlework shop who are exceptional, and we would rather spend our time stitching than finishing. And that's just how we are.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with doing your own finishing. It's just how we feel about things.
Yep.
However, I was like, you know what? I'm going to play.
She was going to try. And, being the mom, I was just like, go for it, girl,
right.
But I really didn't feel like pressure from me would not have been appropriate. No. And we had a wonderful table mate, our friend Colette, and she sat there. I listened to Colette talk Stephanie through this, and I just thought, oh, she's doing a much better job than me. It's like getting your older brother to help you learn to drive. You know, it's like best there be some separation.
Yes.
Outside the family, perhaps, if you're learning to do something. So it was best for me to kind of watch and let Colette be so patient with Stephanie.
Colette
and
was
Brenda
amazing.
came around while Stephanie was working on hers too, because she was circling the whole room.
Yeah.
And Stephanie was like, "Is this okay?" And Brenda was like, "You were doing a bang up job. It was just wonderful.
It was awesome."
So, and I'm sure she said that to everybody.
Right.
But so I more or less just stuck with my stitching.
Yeah.
And because we have 2 of everything, I kind of got the concept, and I'm much better by myself.
Yeah.
Like one day when she's at work, I will get
And Colette did the same thing.
Yeah, and Colette, you know, because she was more or less just coaching
Helping
Steph,
me.
which was fantastic.
Yes.
And so, you know, it was just a joy. And
It was.
but I have to say, at one point, toward the completion of the project, our wonderful local friend and stitcher and StitchCon committee mate, Nicole, who was at another table, she kind of scooted over, and she was just like, "This is why we have a finisher."
Yeah.
She got hers done. I'm sure she got hers done.
Oh no, she did. Yeah.
But she was like, "This isn't my cup of tea either."
Right.
You know, and so we giggled because it was kind of like, you know, and I was like, "Yeah, but look at Steph. She's doing so
There's
great."
definitely a difference between cross stitching and finishing.
Yeah.
And all of you people that do finishing know that.
Yeah, and who love it, more power to you.
Correct.
You know? So, but it was really cute when Nicole came over. She
It was
just
so
like,
funny.
"This is why," you know.
This is why.
She kind of like, "Oh, it's okay."
Yes.
So anyway.
Okay, so the finishing class
But what? Look at this. Oh my gosh.
was, you guys are going to be so proud of me.
Yeah.
Because
Do we have anything dark to hold it up against to see?
No, I'll just hold it up in my hand.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so the first thing was, and this was all included in the kit,
Right.
was a photo that was printed on fabric, made really small, this.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to make a scissors fob. They're involved. Tacky glue was involved. Paint was involved. Needle and thread was involved. Lacing was involved. And I was like, I'm going to do this, dang it. And we had this big sheet of instructions here to do it.
Yep.
And there was interfacing, there was cardboard cutting, there was all of the things. And I was like, I am a champion.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, for my first go at this,
I think she did.
I think I did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you can see, I learned the ladder stitch. Look, I'm even showing you my seams.
Yeah.
And then we put pins inside. Mm-hmm. And with little beads, which was very, very cute.
Yeah.
And we got a pair of scissors, and this will be the scissors fob for that.
A+ in my book.
The only thing about taking, and even Colette said this, and was about taking a class like that with 75 other people, is that there are going to be people in the room who do their own finishing all the time.
Yeah.
And so they don't necessarily need to wait for like step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5.
Right.
They can just look at the instructions, say, oh, I know what's happening, and then they can just whiz through it.
Yeah.
And then there are people like me who have never done any finishing at all and who really want to learn and take their time. And then when other people at your table whiz through it and you're like, I'm terrible at this. Yeah. And so I'm not terrible at it.
No.
This is freaking cute.
Right.
I'm obsessed with it.
Right.
But it was a wonderful class. Brenda was so patient.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah. Wonderful.
It was awesome.
Right.
And then the other little baby class we did, which was, we did it all together, but the other item that we did was, if you notice, there is a little berry right here that sticks into this berry pin that sticks in the pin cushion. So we made the pin. And it was a corsage pin that I painted the top of. Then I cut the wool out myself. And then we stuck it through the pin like this. This is a little berry waxer. I will say, full transparency here, that I tried to put it through the berry the first time and I stabbed myself in the finger. So Colette did this for me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Colette.
Yeah, full transparency.
Yeah. And so I think this is freaking adorable. I love it.
Yeah.
And until I stitch this, the berry pin will go in my small that I got from the retreat, which we'll show you soon.
Right.
So, that was the first time that I'd taken a finishing class.
Right.
It was super fun. And thank you, Brenda, for...
So you're going to do a finishing from here on out, right?
all of it.
I know.
Yeah, right.
She's full of you-know-what.
Yes.
So,
the other thing that... so at this point, I want to insert photos of all of the models for the wonderful, wonderful items that Brenda gave us that were in that box. So, insert those photos. And so the next thing was that Brenda had a pop-up shop. So one of the, I guess, perks of going to this retreat was that we got first dibs on all of her Christmas releases. So that was really awesome. So I'm writing down a note. And so we knew this going in, and so I went financially prepared for that. And so this is my bag of goodies. So, there is, again, no point in us having two of each of any pattern.
oh yeah, right.
But Pam doesn't get to stitch any of these.
I have lots.
So
I have lots.
the one that I knew. So this is my Brenda Gervais haul from her pop-up shop. So the one that I knew was going to be there for us to purchase was the release that she was exclusive to Shepherd's Bush last fall. So the room that the pop-up shop was in was not very large at all. And there were 75 of us, and that would have been very overwhelming for anyone in the room and for Brenda.
Oh, yeah.
And so each table was assigned numbers, and then a table number was pulled out of a hat, and that table got to go. So we went in we were the second to last table. Luckily, Brenda brought enough for everyone, and so we all got everything that we wanted. So I did not get the kit for this. They were sold out by the time I got into the room. However, I got the pattern, and that's really all I need. This is Winter Rose Manor. And I just...
Look at all that white.
It's pink.
Oh, it's pink. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is pink. The minute I saw this from someone who went to the Shepherd's Bush retreat last fall, I had it saved in my photos, and I was ready to pounce as soon as it was released. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And this includes the chart for this and for this lovely pin keep as well, pin cushion. And I think I might stitch that first. I really love that. So, this is Winter Rose Manor. So the deal with Winter Rose Manor is that it is on schedule to be released, if not at market this year, right before market this year. So that was what Brenda told me. So keep your eye out for that. If you don't see it before market, then it will be out by market.
Yeah.
So, okay. And then before I get into her Christmas releases, yes, I showed, after we got home from Wisconsin, so probably middle of August video, I had showed a project bag that I had ordered from Country Stitches, which is Brenda's website, and she has now come out with 2 more panels for project bags. One isn't really my taste, but I have the first one, which is with Jan, and then this one will go with Jan as well. And this is one of her 2 new project bags. So I will link Country Stitches, Brenda's website, below, so you can look on there for these things too. And this is called Stitcher's Lingo.
Love it.
Hold on, I need to take the price tag off, not because I care about if you guys know how much I paid for it, but because it's covering up one of the words.
Oh.
And you can buy, if you are good at sewing, so not me, but if you're good at sewing, then you can just buy the panel with the words on it. But if you're not, then you buy the full thing, which is $24, which still isn't bad. So this is Stitcher's Lingo, where it says whip, kit it up, scissors, needle, stitch from stash, floss, project bag, haul, 1/1, FFO, frog. It's so cute. Look at that little frog with his little crown on. It's so cute. And I said to Brenda, I was like, are you going to chart this? Because I'd stitch it. It's like Stitcher's wordplay.
Yeah, that's... Oh, here's an idea.
So I can take this to Keepsakes tomorrow so I can give it to Jan. Okay, so then the next are all of her new Christmas releases. Full transparency, I bought them all except for one. The Holiday Hoopla Christmas just did not appeal to me, so that was the one I did not get, but that's okay because I bought every one of the other ones. So the first one was really, really super cute, and it is called Jack Frost, and it is a kit of sorts. And so this is what it looks like. And it's so cute. And inside the kit, you get everything to do this.
And what is on the bottom are actual little
beads
representing the snow. Isn't that clever?
So cute. So in the kit, you get this chart, the plastic dome ornament, cardboard, red ivory checkered ribbon, ornament hook, and finishing instructions. So you don't get the fabric or floss, but everything to make it look like this. And I am obsessed.
Yeah,
with that.
That's so awesome.
So cute.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so then this is just a series of her new releases. Okay, so the first one is all the models she had there, and we will show them to you after we talk about this. So this is Candy Cane Lane. My favorite part is that little snowman up at the top. Mm-hmm. He's like flattened. Mm-hmm. And it is gorgeous. And the fabric that she calls for is a 40 count, mine will be 32, natural with sparkly linen. So, yes, please. And then next is Santa's Tree Farm, which is kind of like the Holiday Hoopla, but it's in an oval hoop, and I love it. I love that Santa. I love those trees. And it's vintage country mocha. Yep, fabric. It's so cute. And I don't know what I was looking for. But, one of the reindeer has a red nose like Rudolph.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
So cute.
Cute.
Okay. And then these, if you guys remember one of her fall releases called Boo to You, it was the lady with the pumpkin head, and she had like a plaid skirt on. Plaid skirt? Yes. So the next 2 are in that series. So this is Peppermint Pals. Shut the front frickin' door. Are you serious?
Yeah.
He is the cutest.
Yep.
Oh, I love him.
Now, I heard some people say that they were going to maybe convert the plaid pants to buffalo plaid. So I'm just throwing that out there.
That's a cute idea.
If somebody likes buffalo plaid,
yes,
they might think about doing that.
Yep. And then this one is Merry Old Soul. He's so cute too.
Just darling.
And this is actually stitched on 46 count.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Mine will be on 32. I mean,
yeah.
It's so precious.
Yeah.
I love his little basket.
Right.
And his candy cane and his freaking belt.
Right.
So cute.
Right.
So, thank you to Brenda and her husband.
Absolutely.
For all of the, just hauling all that stuff in. The shop was adorable.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering if we took a video of the room, the answer is yes. And I did get permission from Brenda to post it in our FlossTube video. She said, please do. She'd love for us to do that. And so I'm going to insert video and photos from the Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread pop-up shop here. was
pretty darn
glorious.
Pretty darn great.
Glorious.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go. Okay. So next we're going to talk. Where did the? Oh.
Did you forget something?
Nope. Hold, please. Okay, we're back. Sorry,
yeah.
I left something on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
All right. So there was a smalls exchange, which Pam and I did take part in.
And the small had to be a Brenda Gervais design.
Correct.
So that was super cool.
Very fun.
Yeah.
So we the night before we left,
right,
showing off the smalls that we made for the exchange, and so we will insert the video of those smalls here. Hi guys, it is Tuesday, October 15th, at about 10:30 p.m. and we are leaving for the Midwest Cross Stitchers retreat tomorrow morning. It's going to take us 2 days to get there, so we're leaving early. And we want to show you what our smalls exchange pieces are before we pack them up for the lucky, lucky winner. So this is mine. So Brenda Gervais is going to be the guest designer at this retreat. And so it was decided that we were going to have a Brenda Gervais exchange. So every item that we put in the exchange must be with the needle and thread, basically. So if we wanted to participate, and I certainly did, so I decided to do December wordplay. If you guys remember me working on this and stitching this back in August, I love this piece. I did my own overdyed conversion using color and cotton and some Class Colorworks as well. It is stitched on 32 count amber linen by White Schultz, and I knew that I wanted it finished with the rusty jingle bells on the side, so I had Jan do that. This was finished by Jan, the finisher at Keepsakes. And then, Pam, would you mind flipping it over?
Sure.
And since I worked on it while we were in Wisconsin, on our Wisconsin trip, I used some of the Blackbird design fabric that I bought at the Needlework shop in Wausau, Wisconsin as the backing fabric. There's a thread right there. I gotta get that off. And I just think it's so cute. I could listen to a jingle, and I wanted the jingle bells on the side so then it could be set up like that, because if they're on the bottom then they wouldn't sit very well. So I love this. My package will be buffalo check themed, and I'll post a photo after this video so you can see that, and then we'll show you Pam's.
Hi everybody, this is my small for the Smalls Exchange at the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat. It is Scary Mouse from Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. I did do a thread conversion, and if anybody is interested, I can certainly get that to you if you reach out to me. It is done on Beach Walk from Under the Sea Fabrics, and it does have beads in it. They are not Mill Hill beads. They were a different brand that Brenda designated on the pattern, and I had to order them online. They are kind of larger, but they do add a nice feature. This was also finished by Jan at Keepsakes. She put the chenille on, and
show them the back, Pam.
This is the back, which is super cool. La la la. And it's pretty big. It's about 12 inches long.
There were no size restrictions, so
right,
could do whatever you wanted.
So this was a super fun stitch. I think it's my first Brenda Gervais, I think.
Really?
I think
Congrats,
so.
Pam.
And I think it came out really, really cute. So
sure
I hope the person who gets it is thrilled to get it.
Yay. All right, we'll put in a couple pictures of the finished wrapped packaging after this video, and we'll send you back to regularly scheduled programming now. Bye! So, who did yours go to?
Mine went to our friend Jennifer at
Purple Stitcher.
Purple Stitcher.
Yes.
And she was also a table mate.
She was.
The tables were 3 long ones. So when I say table mate, these are the ones that were at our end of one of the 3 tables.
Yes.
And I was thrilled that Jennifer got it because I admire her stitching. I admire her as a person. Yes. And I was thrilled. We had a big hug when she got mine. And I just screamed, yay, yay, yay in her ear. So,
yes. It was awesome.
It was super great.
I was like, Pam, she's got your back.
Now yours did
Mine did
kind
a
of
little
a world tour, didn't it?
Yes. So so
according to the stealing rules.
Yes. So there are so you are allowed to steal.
Right.
And it's kind of a white elephant style kind of situation.
Right.
And so how it works is exactly how our whistle stop exchange worked, which was like the first person had to pick a package. And then at the very end, the first person got the opportunity to steal any of them or take a new bag or be done.
Package, whatever.
Be done, yeah. And then the second person could either steal the first person's, pick a new bag, so on and so forth. And then if you were stolen from once, you could not be stolen from a second time. So then that made some items dead, as we called them.
Yeah.
So if that person had whatever. Okay.
Right.
So initially, mine was chosen by Denise, who's from Chicago. We love Denise.
Yeah,
we love you, Denise. And she has been to StitchCon both years. She came to Stitchrovia last year. I think she's coming again this year.
Yep.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yay, Denise got it. And then
she had it stolen.
And then she had it stolen. Now, which one took it first? I think it was Pam Ormsby.
Okay.
And
I don't think so.
We think it was Marlene. I know it was Marlene and Pam Ormsby.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one of you got it first, but I think that it was Pam because, so Pam from Stitching Between the Lines.
Right.
So, excuse me. So she stole it from Denise.
Yeah.
Then
Marlene,
Stitching by the Lake, stole it from Pam.
Right.
And then Mary from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Stole it from Marlene.
Right.
And so it ended up, that was the second time that Mary had been stolen from. So when Mary got it, it wasn't going anywhere, and it is now home with Mary in Wisconsin.
Right.
And yes. So
Stephanie was so flattered
like
that her small was stolen once.
I was like, oh my God, it's being stolen. And then because it was stolen by Pam Ormsby, which is like, I love her.
Yeah.
And then it was to be stolen by Marlene. I was like, ah!
Yeah.
And then for it to be stolen again.
Yeah.
It's
so it was very, very cool.
It was super cool.
Of course, it was beautiful stitching by Stephanie and beautiful finishing by Jan.
Yes.
With the jingle bells on the sides.
And I don't know if I told Mary this. So Mary, if you're watching, listen up.
Right.
Is that I actually was stitching on that for all of my trip in Wisconsin in August.
Yeah.
And the
there
fabric,
you are in Wisconsin, and you get to keep it. Yeah.
The fabric on the back is Blackbird design fabric that I bought at the Needlework shop in Wausau, Wisconsin. So it makes sense it went home to Wisconsin.
Right.
So then let's show the items that we got, Pam.
Okay. I stole this
because you got stolen from.
Because I got stolen from, and I can't remember who I stole it from because I just don't remember. But everybody had to hold them up, the ones that were stealable, the ones that weren't dead.
Right.
And I just love this guy. I don't know the name of this design. Do you?
I do, but say it on the back.
No. But anyway, it was nicely packaged. It came with a package of Easy Guide ball tip needles. So that was a nice little addition.
It was stitched by Tina.
And it was stitched by Tina. Tina Plowetsky, I believe. I hope I'm spelling that right.
Saying that right.
And saying that right, pronouncing that right. And I'll tell you what, this is exquisitely done.
Yes.
And it's just darling.
So cute.
You'll have to Google it to find out the name of the design.
I know, I'm sorry we
Look
don't
on
know.
Brenda's website. The lovely trim, this beautiful little pinned ribbon on here. And then this is like a sateen, I think.
A velveteen?
No, velveteen is what I mean to say, because it's got a nap to it.
It does. It's so pretty.
So
it would look great with our Christmas decorations.
It's just gorgeous.
So after Pam got stolen from, and you're like over on the other side of the room trying to figure out what you're going to do, I'm like, steal the sap.
Yep. So there's a close-up.
He's so
just
handsome.
Gorgeous. And so thank you, Tina, for participating in the Smalls Exchange. And
yes.
I really am happy to receive this.
Yes, she is.
And let's see.
So mine, the item that I got, there were no size restrictions for the retreat,
right?
And for the Smalls Exchange, I should say. So you could there could have been samplers up there. I don't know. And so I decided to pick a box as opposed to a bag with tissue paper in it, just to be different. And boy, am I glad I did, because two of the people we had the pleasure of spending the weekend with was Julie Evans and her very, very good friend, Robbie. Best friend, I should say. They both live in Florida. Julie has a foster channel, Gulf Coast Stitches. Robbie came to Keepsakes a couple weeks ago, and we got to meet her for the first time, and she is a delight.
Yeah.
So when I opened the bag and saw that it was from her, I squealed. I was so excited.
Yeah.
So the first item in the bag was this beautiful project bag.
Goodness gracious.
Quilted by Robbie.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's
amazing.
Beautiful. Like,
amazing.
Everything.
And it's got this little...
Oh, yes. And there's a little Ort container in there, too.
Look
which
at
is
that,
super,
clever.
super cute.
Oh, my gosh.
And the small that she did coordinates perfectly with the bag. And mine comes from Indigo Lane. And it is this beautiful pin pillow. Mm-hmm. I love it so much. Mm-hmm. And it's filled with crushed walnut shells. And she even put her little initials on the back. And the chenille. Yep. And so she customized it. Mm-hmm. There was like a fence down here, but she wanted it to be a full tree. So she made it a full tree. It's super cute. I love it so much, Robbie. Mm-hmm. But I have to say that everything was beautiful. Like, everything was beautiful.
Yeah. Everybody just oohed and awed over each other's.
Yes.
Which is what our community is
known for.
Yes.
So
it's just wonderful.
After everyone went around and took pictures with the people that their small exchange people, and at least thank them. Everyone put their items up on the table, and so this was also at the end of Saturday night, so a lot of people were getting ready to leave, and so I don't know if I got every small that was given or stitched or whatever, but I got a lot of them. Yeah. So I did take video of the smallest exchange results, if you will, and so we will insert the smallest exchange videos. awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you to everyone that participated.
Oh,
The more that
absolutely.
participate, the funner it is. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about some
gifts we got.
Some gifts we got.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't get a big bunch, but we got some meaningful things.
Yes, and so we want
So
to
let's talk about some personal shoppers.
Yes.
That showed up at my chair.
Yes, at our chairs.
At our chairs.
There was a smallish freebie table.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah, show those first, Pam.
Okay. I found these myself.
Oh, you did?
I misspoke. One of them was brought to me, and anytime there's anything that's got a lighthouse on it, it's brought to me. And
yes.
I think 2 people brought me the same 2 lighthouse charts that I already owned.
Oh.
So, but thank you for the effort, you guys. This is Amana, and it's called just Santa.
Oh, really?
And it looks like full coverage to me. I don't know. We didn't have this in our stash. I don't know that I'm going to stitch this.
I love him, so I might stitch him.
But maybe Stephanie someday. So it's
cute.
Mirabilia Santa.
He's so cute.
And he's just your Santa-ish Santa there ever was. Yeah. So I got that off the freebie table. I got this myself. It's one of Ray Sproof's Silly Fences, and I love it. And I had to check with Stephanie to see if I had this, because I have a lot of the Silly Fences.
Is that a drum button?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
There's a drum button and a black cat.
Oh,
and
it's so cute.
The flag button. Yeah, this is a real cute one, of course. So we'll do that.
We get it.
We'll do that. we'll get it. And then somebody brought me this, and I've never done a Rosewood Manor. Strangely enough,
really?
I don't necessarily know why. And of the ones I've seen, I have never seen this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Does it have a year? Yeah, 2016. Not that old. Patriotic Quilt. Mm-hmm. And someone brought this to me, and I said, "Oh, yes, please." So it's quite detailed.
Wow.
And quite elaborate. It has, "We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union." And then,
list all the states.
What are all those words in there? Maybe it's explained inside, but there are a lot of...
Are they names of people?
Male names. I don't know.
Using words from our Constitution.
Well, yeah, that's in the middle. But these names...
Well, give it to me and I'll figure it out.
Just wait.
Fine.
See if Karen explains it on the inside. Oh. It is historic, and I think it might be the signers' names. The signers at the Constitutional Convention in 1787. So that's what these individual names are in the rows.
I did not know that many people signed the Constitution.
Yes, quite a few people did. So
cool.
That's what.
And then around the edges are stars with the states.
Yes, so there's very pale, probably backstitch stars that represent the states. So that'll get pushed to the front of the line for sure.
And then I had a couple charts that were brought to me. The first one is an indie broken, and it's called Kitty Witch. And when I saw it, I said, I don't know if I have it, but if I don't, I want it. And it's stitched on permit by Pictureless Plus. So that's cute. And then, okay, you guys, this is hysterical. I think this was it brought originally by Colette?
Colette brought it for the freebie table. And then somebody brought it from the freebie table to your
seat. And never in a million years am I going to stitch this, to be clear.
No.
However, I just
don't
need
think
to
I
have
would allow you to stitch it.
I appreciate that, Pam.
Just saying.
That is some good looking out. However, this is hysterical.
Yeah.
This is from Graphworks Limited. Here, I'll take that. Thank you.
Yes.
From Graphworks Limited, it is called The Wizard of Oz. Hide your children.
Oh, dear God.
Happy Halloween.
Dear God.
That's frightening.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Bless America. So, I mean, and this is not all that's inside of this lovely chart. So, it's just very 80s.
Yeah.
And it's,
totally 80s.
I want, if you are out there and you have stitched this, I want pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, there's all of them.
Yeah.
In there. Look at that. There's the witch up there.
Yeah.
And that's all the lyrics to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That says, there's no place like home with a random bouquet. And then this one says, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. And then, like, what is that about?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's going in my collection. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, next gift.
Next gift.
Oh, this is funny.
This actually arrived quite deep into the retreat. I don't know, that might have been like in the last few hours, but they're lovely and hysterically funny, and just peach of a gal. Kay Dunlap brought us this miniature kazoo, because of course we're all about kazoos.
All about it
anymore. And it looks like...
Would you call that a kazoo or was it a whistle?
It might be a whistle. Let's call it a whistle just to be different. And it's... It looks like...
That was my Google lady.
It looks like an Oscar Mayer hot dog. So she said she's found it in a little shop in Amana and had to...
That is a hoot and holler. Have you blown the whistle yet?
No. Go ahead. No, that's not. So it's a whistle. Let's call it a whistle.
Yep. It's a winter whistle.
We also got...
Winter whistle.
Do you want to do these?
Nope, I want to do this.
Okay. We also got a lovely... We had a lovely talk with our friend, as Stephanie said, Pam Ormsby, Stitching Between the Lines. And she brought us these little drawstring bags, which were so cute. And
this keychain.
I was just blown away by this.
So
these are, I believe, personalized keychains
with 3 little rings on them, as you can see.
Yes.
And the first ring says Midwest Cross Stitchers.
Yeah.
The second ring says Stitching Between the Lines.
Yeah.
Which is Pam Ormsby's FlossTube channel.
Yeah.
And the third little pendant says Amana, Iowa
2019. I mean, this is
so sweet.
So sweet. So sweet. And we had a lovely visit with Pam because she took several high school groups to Europe. So she was filling me with great ideas for traveling overseas and more or less what to expect. And
it was great.
It was really, she was very helpful and
gave us some tips.
Since we've been home, she's even thought of other things. Yes. So this was, and when we said our goodbyes, Pam, I neglected to thank you again for this. This was very, very special.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. What do you know about this?
Okay. And then, is this the last?
Well, and then we have the rest of our haul from the other around Amana.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of
gifts,
in the stitching room, our friend Linda Jo,
Pretty Southern,
from Pretty Southern, made project bags for us. And this one has
look at those lighthouses,
pretty lighthouses on it, and she uses the frosty vinyl
frosted
and
with the lobsters
on the inside. So thanks, Linda Jo. That was very thoughtful.
And then she told me I wasn't going to get mine till November, but then she surprised me and brought it anyway.
Yep.
And look at these cats.
Yep.
And she said that they were Mo and Muffin.
There you go. Pretty close.
And then
a couple of them.
Look at that. That's a little bit frightening, but also hilarious.
Right.
And so thanks, Linda Jo.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Yes. Here, so your project bag. I'm trying to stay organized over here.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so let's for those of you that don't necessarily know anything about Amana, like we did not know anything really about Amana before we went. So it is just like this cutest little community in the middle of Iowa.
And we had a wonderful local historian.
We did.
Who gave a lovely talk
we did.
on the history of utopian societies and what do I want to say? The settlement, and of course it was primarily German, hence the hat.
Yes.
So
it was a German utopian community,
right,
that was settled in 1855.
And he started from the origins in Europe all the way up to Amana refrigerators.
Correct.
So it was totally thorough, and he had a lot of cute little humorous tweaks in his talk.
He was super good.
And it was very, very helpful.
He did. So the lovely part about Amana is, like, you walk out of the event center where the retreat was, and there's a ton of little shops to go to and to visit and to spend your money in. And so we're just going to show you. Before we do that, I forgot about this gift.
We got another gift.
Sorry, this was in a bag and I didn't want to lose it.
Yep.
So we got this lovely gift from Suzette, Primitive Stitcher.
Primitive.
Yes.
Who's just bipping all over the room all weekend.
All weekend.
You know, there's nothing much to her anyway. And she's just like darting here and there. She's so cute.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
Her note is so nice.
Yeah.
Suzette, we love you.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to save the note and put it in our scrapbook. Okay.
Here you go. You got it.
Okay, while I'm dealing with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this, you guys. I'll give you the overview. Look at this. But, look at this tomato. She made this tomato.
She did.
She made this tomato, and she's telling me about making it, and I'm like, you're a pro, man. You're a pro.
It's so cute.
So cute. She put a magnet on the bottom so that it sticks to the lid. And inside the lid is a bag of chocolates with pumpkins on them.
Yes.
But when the candy's gone, what a great orc jar. What a great orc jar.
Yes.
And so, wanted to show off her talent. She's just amazing.
We were like, you made that tomato?
Yeah. She's just an amazing, talented stitcher and crafter and all things good.
Thank you. Wait till you see some of the other stuff.
Yeah, because there's more primitive stitcher coming up soon.
Yes, there are.
Okay, we didn't want to forget that.
I'm sorry.
Suzette.
Okay. So, now we're on to stuff that we paid for.
Right.
Okay. So before I show you stuff we bought at the other little shops in Amana, there were a few folks who had wares there to sell.
Right.
And so, one of those people was Suzette.
Yeah.
And
what a segue.
There you go.
Yep.
If you watched our video after Midwest last year, you know that I bought from Suzette a little stitching journal. This is super cute.
Right.
And she brought a couple boxes, one of stitching journals and then one of she also makes floss books is the best way that I can describe them. I don't know if she calls them anything differently, but they're basically these cute little books, and you can they're filled with flossway bags, and you put your fat floss in there for a project.
Does yours have the little...
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And so, show yours, Pam. So Pam got one, I got two.
She puts two of the rings on.
Yeah.
And she covers them in different covers.
Scrapbook paper.
I grabbed this one, and I believe I got the last one of this variety.
It's so pretty.
Because it kind of looks kind of Wysocki-ish. Yeah. And then there's a couple of library cards. Of course, I appreciated that on the rings. And then a good amount, I'm going to say maybe 8 or 10, floss away bags in the little plastic sleeves with a piece of cardboard to hold them, hold them stiff.
Cardstock.
And cardstock, yeah. And so, isn't that cute for a project? I might even actually put it with something that kind of relates to this theme.
Yeah.
The Waisakis have too many colors, unless I wanted to duplicate and make this thicker.
Yeah, which you can, so that's why she gives you the bigger rings.
Right. So, just adorable.
And I got 2.
She always thinks of something clever.
And so, look at this freaking paper. Like, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Blackbird Designs.
Yeah.
And so the inside looks like this.
Yeah.
And with same deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I got one like this, which is kind of multi-use, so I can put it with different projects. And then I also got one that was more specific, which was Halloween.
Right.
Halloween. And so that is the front and back. And then the inside has a bunch of Halloween words. So that's super, super cute.
Such talent. I
swear. I will link Suzette's FlossTube channel below. So go check out her FlossTube, and she will tell you all of the things about where you can purchase those for yourself. So, and then another person who had stuff there was Lori, Tech Stylist, and she has a FlossTube channel as well. She has been dyeing some fabric, and I'm not sure if she sells them on her FlossTube channel or if she sells them on Instagram or whatever, or she has an Etsy shop, but I will at least link her FlossTube channel below so you can go check her out. Yeah. She is very sweet and very talented, and she was going around showing off her fabric, and I snagged up this beautiful, beautiful color. I think it's called Burnt Brown Butter.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
It's a 32 count, and it is gorgeous.
Oh, man.
Yes. Yeah. And it feels really great. Yeah. And, so I can't wait to stitch on this. It's beautiful. And so thank you, Lori, for that. Right. Okay. So, in and around Amana. So, when you walk out of the event center, there are a bunch of little shops that you can go to. There's a coffee shop, there's a popcorn and candy shop, there's a general store, there's a jewelry store, there's a winery, there's a needlework and quilting store, there's a brew house, there's antique shops. It's just like you go up and down the street and there's just like shop after shop. Yeah. There's a woolen mill, which is where I got my t-shirt. And so there's just a bunch of little shops to check out. So throughout the weekend, Pam and I and some of our friends, we would just leave and we would go and shop and come back and show everybody what we bought. Yeah. We'd stitch a little bit and then go back out. And so the first day on I think we did that on Friday or Thursday.
Off and on all weekend, pretty
much.
So
the first shop that we went to,
right,
to be clear,
right,
was there was a sign outside that said the Needlework and Quilting. And so it was within a 2-minute walk.
We're gonna go.
So we went.
Yeah.
So, it was amazing in there.
The fabrics, yeah. Oh my god.
So they did have a little corner of cross stitch. Mm-hmm. A lot of Brenda Gervais because Iowa. But most, if not all of it, was stuff that we had or could get at our LNS. Mm-hmm. And so we really wanted to go in there and buy fabric. Right. And one of the owners, or I think maybe she was just an employee, I'm not sure, but we were just walking around looking.
Yeah, she recognized us right away.
Yeah, she was like, "You're Pam Steph from YouTube," and we were like, "Yep." So second quilt shop in a row. Scary when they recognize you in a quilt shop.
Yeah, quilt shop.
No, it's not. It was very nice meeting both of you.
Yeah. And the name of the place was, have you told them?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay. Heritage
Designs. And they are right in the middle of things.
Is there a website listed there?
Yes. heritagedesignsquiltshop.com.
All right, which I will link below for you.
They had a very, very nice selection.
They sure did.
Obviously, when we go fabric shopping, we're talking project bags for other people to make for us.
Correct.
Okay, I think you know that already.
Correct.
And so usually our bag makers need a half yard.
Yes.
So we bought 4 half yards.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So the first bag, we wanted to get some fabric to represent the state of Iowa, to remember our time spent in Iowa. And So this is the fabric. What?
This is what I picked out. So can I talk about it?
You're fine.
Of course, obviously, Iowa is a big farm state.
Yes.
Farm scenes, farm designs are not my thing. They're not my jam. So I was thrilled to get a half yard of this fabric. Okay, so it covers patriotic. It covers the state of Iowa.
Yes.
And our drive out there involved a lot of discussion about Iowa and what it's famous for and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And, of course, it being a political year and looking forward to the Iowa caucus.
I was going to say, you always hear about the Iowa caucus.
You always hear about the Iowa caucus. So I thought, am I holding that up right?
Yep.
So I thought that was good for a project bag as a memento of our trip.
Yes.
And this as the contrast.
Yeah.
And did the gal help me or did I find this on my own?
I think Jennifer helped you.
Oh, that's right. Jennifer did. Jennifer was with us. Yeah.
You're welcome, Jen.
Yeah. So that was my bag fabric purchase.
Yes.
In that store.
And I was looking for some contrasting fabrics for some fabric I bought while in Tennessee. And so this is a fabric I bought in Tennessee.
The typewriters you remember from last week.
This is the fabric I found in Iowa.
Isn't that something?
So that pretty
Tennessee, Iowa.
That's perfect.
That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this is fabric I bought in Tennessee. Alexander Henry fabric. This is the fabric I bought in Iowa.
Right.
So that is complete now. So
right.
We said last night that we were going to start putting sets together so we can divvy them out to all of our people.
All of our people that make bags. I wandered into the corner and found some.
I wandered into the corner.
I did. Found some wool felt kits. And one of these I have already. If there's another craft that I live long enough to get into, it would be wool applique. And I know this is not wool, this is felt. I know that. But they're just too darn cute to give up. So this kit makes 6 ornaments, and they had them, the models, and another woman and I were standing there going, this doesn't look that hard. We think we can do this.
You can do it, Pam.
And so I'm going to give it a try. But this is a kit, and I thought these were really, really cute, especially this chickadee down here.
And I like the train, too.
And the train is cute. They're all cute, but I particularly like the bird.
Yes.
And then these were all displayed, and I just like red and gray together. And I particularly liked these mitten-shaped ones.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Yeah. So to intersperse on our tree with cross-stitch ornaments and other store-bought ornaments.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I did also take video of the quilt shop because it was a huge old barn.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of the ability to hang quilts from the ceiling.
Oh, yeah. Some of them were
and
amazing.
they were amazing.
Take a look at this video.
So we will insert the quilt shop tour video.
Hi friends. So we are in Amana, Iowa, and we are in the Quilt and Needlework shop, and it's beautiful in here, and I want to show you guys what they have. So I want to flip the camera around and show you up this beautiful shop. Okay, see you in a minute. Bye.
I mean, to tell you.
If there was a craft that I would get into other than cross stitch, if I had another wing to this house, it would be quilting for sure. I just
amazing.
I love.
They were super, super nice in there.
They were very sweet.
We enjoyed shopping with them.
Yes, we sure did. So then we went to. I have to say that we did also go to the. Look at Mousy. We went to the chocolate house, which had chocolates and coffee. And I got 2 coffee drinks over the weekend and brought home some milk chocolate covered peanuts, which are gone, and some truffles, which are almost gone. So
yeah, so there you go.
So there's that. And then across the street from the chocolate house was the Amana popcorn and bakery and popcorn and candy shop.
Something like
that. And I'm not a huge popcorn person.
Right.
However, there were a few people, like Joe, who had gotten to Amana on Wednesday as opposed to Thursday. We were in Davenport, Iowa on Wednesday. And so I happened to be watching her Instagram stories. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go into the Amana Colony's Popcorn and Ice Cream Company.
There you go.
To purchase Mountain Dew popcorn. Do you believe it? So, I know you're out there going, that sounds gross. But, let me tell you that they offer you samples of every flavor in the building, and this is actually not that bad.
So it's what? Lemon lime?
It's lemon lime flavor popcorn.
Okay.
And it's not like lemon lime and butter. It's, I think that is what gets people confused. Like, they think that it's going to be butter popcorn.
And then an additional flavor on top. Okay.
No, it's just lemon lime popcorn.
Right.
I haven't opened it because I wanted to show you all.
Yeah.
So I will open that later. Don't worry. And then
I kind of like to try.
Oh, good, you can, Pam. And then I bought this, which is freaking so heavy because of all the powdered sugar. But one of my favorite treats is puppy chow, and puppy chow popcorn. And there's pretzels in there, and I don't even give a crap what else is in there, but I'm gonna eat it because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It smells amazing too.
Yeah.
So that was another stop. And then we also went to they have a general store, which I bought some gifts in, and then also, so to describe the general store, it's like the Cracker Barrel store, like
blown up,
like times a zillion.
Yeah.
Like on steroid situation.
Right.
And there's like just little nooks. The displays are beautiful. There's like, and so we went in one day and it was overwhelming, and like I took kind of mental note of stuff I might want to get, and then I went back the next day and got it. So one of the things I bought was this really awesome mug that is the Amana logo, if you will. Yellow is my favorite color. Not my favorite color, but my kitchen color. So I loved this so much. So I bought that. And then right next door to the general store, you could actually walk like in between the two things, was the Christmas shop. People.
Every theme of Christmas tree you can possibly imagine.
It was insane.
Had a section.
Like from the Grinch Stole Christmas to Farmhouse Christmas to Snow Christmas to
Tropical Christmas.
It was Pets Christmas. It was like nuts. Trees coming down from the ceiling. It was like, it was insane.
Right.
And then they had this really adorable little section that was like Jim Shore Christmas.
You know Jim Shore.
Yes. And it was Jim Shore's World Christmas. And so, in honor of us going to the Netherlands this upcoming December, which is our next trip, by the way, and we will be going during Santa Claus, we decided purchasing this ornament.
Get it closer so they can see.
Can you see the windmills inside there?
Mm-hmm.
So each one of these adorable little ornaments, and there's tulips all around his coat.
In Delft.
In Delft, yes.
Yep. Yep.
So there was a bunch of gem store Santa ornaments for each country, like Germany, Ireland,
Yeah.
all the European, Italy, England, whatever. I already said that, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
So super, super, super cute. We cannot wait. I'm gonna put this back in here. We can't wait to put that on our Christmas tree.
Right. Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna put that in there. Okay. So then the last piece of haul, which I think then is our last piece of our Amana stuff, is that a few girls had gone and found this needlework shop that was like a quilting and wool shop that was actually not in Amana. It was about 20 minutes away outside of Amana. And this is what happened. Colette went there. Colette brought back a thing that Pam needed to have.
Absolutely.
So then Pam sent me.
I did.
To buy the thing.
I did.
And then because I went there, I bought other things too.
Yeah.
So, show them the thing.
So this is the thing. Again, it's
well, the name of the place is called the Woolen Needle.
Yeah.
We should tell them that too.
It's the Woolen Needle, WOOLEN Needle, and Colette brought this back.
They are rug hooking, quilting, penny rugs, punch needle classes, and primitive gifts.
So when I say I could get into this craft, I'm not kidding, because I love anything to do with pennies, penny rugs, that kind of style. I'm not generally a primitive person, but I like the look of that.
Yes.
There's something about it. And wouldn't you know, Colette brought this back, and I sent Stephanie, go get me one.
Yes.
And it's called the Flag Day Kit. And no, those are not mounted on another piece of cloth. All of those pennies are attached to each other.
Yes.
So, trying to avoid the glare, but there are all the pennies.
I mean, that's legit.
And look at that. So I can envision setting that on a side table with some other things around the 4th of July. I would not put food on this. I would not put a warm mug on this.
No.
I would use it as just a decorative piece. But isn't that cool?
Yes.
And so, yeah, Colette and I had a great talk because she has been a daughter of the American Revolution like I am, and she's also a Mayflower descendant.
Yeah.
So we had a lot in common. I think I didn't know that about Colette until this trip, so that was very cool.
I don't think I did either.
So she and I kind of have this, she's done the Little House Mayflower chart, and she told me some little extras she put on hers, and I'm going to copy her when I do mine for next year. One of the things I want to mention before we go on, because I'll forget it, is in Brenda's talk about the history of cross-stitch, she suggested that in 2020, which is the 400th anniversary of the landing of the Mayflower, that we all stitch samplers because it's also then the 400th anniversary of cross-stitch coming to America. And so I think I'm going to find, I have a design called The Women of the Mayflower. It came out of a magazine, and I'm going to dig around in my stash and find it. I haven't proven my Mayflower descendancy, and I was telling Colette about that, but I would like to maybe commemorate the year in that way. Okay, that was a digression. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
That's fine. So this is the stash that I bought. So the aesthetic.
No, aesthetic.
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 Whatever that of the Woolen Needle is very reminded me a lot of like Blackbird Designs, and which is kind of the theme, because I don't want to use that word because I always say it wrong, that I am really getting into. And so I had seen some stuff that people had brought back from the Woolen Needle, so I had a mental note of things I wanted to purchase when I went there. And so they did have a lot of packages of finishing fabric, so that's where I plan on using a lot of these items. So there was this pack. Look at all those really pretty tickings. Red is my favorite color, so I love that. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3. That's a $3 fat quarter. So that's a pretty good deal, in my humble opinion. And then they had these really, really cool, amazing rolls, like roll packages. There's 7 in this one. Most of them have 6. This has 7. And they're all, I believe, fat quarters, I think. But they're all like in color schemes. So these are for finishes. So this is one color.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
This one.
Yep.
And this one.
Yep.
I mean,
gorgeous.
And then I wandered about the store aimlessly for a while because they had so many beautiful fabrics. I was like, this is why I don't quilt, because if I did, I would have gone broke right there in Williamsburg, Iowa at the Woolen Needle. But I wanted to get fabric for a project bag. And this is the outside fabric I landed on, and this is the inside fabric I landed on.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And I have to say that even the lady at the quilt shop was like, that's a really good combination. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I actually don't quilt. It's for a project bag. She was like, there's been a lot of people this weekend coming in for project bags. No, give me that.
Oh, sorry.
And I was like, yeah, so I'm from that same group of people. Yeah. So that was pretty funny. So at the end of the day, we had a really wonderful time in Iowa.
Yeah,
it was so wonderful to see all of our friends again.
Yes, thank you to anybody who came up and said hi.
Yes.
And that went from pretty much when we entered the room all the way to when we were saying our goodbyes.
Yes.
We met up with many familiar people, folks we love,
yes,
and we appreciated that, and we made some new friends. So I don't know what more you can want in a retreat.
Yes. So our plans for however, I do want to say that if you were on social media at all this weekend, then you know that there were a lot of retreats going on.
Yeah.
This was our second year going to the Midwest Cross Church Retreat, and we really want to try another retreat.
Oh,
so,
sure. Yeah.
So I think
because our friends Deb and Kev, they had their Stitch West.
Yes.
There was
Stitch
Fest in Virginia, right?
Yes.
Which
Virginia wouldn't require a plane ticket, but Utah definitely would.
Yeah.
We also have heard a bunch of great things from both Jennifer and Marcy this weekend about the Silver, and Tara about the Silver Needle Retreat, which is one that we'd like to go to. So we're kind of reworking our calendar for 2020.
Sure. Yeah.
And so we probably will not return to the Midwest Cross Church Retreat, but it just... The only reason being because we want to try out new ones.
Yeah.
So our calendar is pretty full in the fall, as you all know. So we gotta cut our losses. So.
Right.
Yes. Let's talk about what we stitched.
My goodness, we're way into the video before we talk about our stitching. But
they saw a bunch of pretty stuff already.
But we hope you enjoyed that summation or whatever review of the retreat.
Yes.
I pretty much
okay.
I pretty much stayed with one project.
We both did.
We kept this is my July fabric of the month, project bag of the month.
Yes.
From So Much to Love. So I've been enjoying this, and so many people have said I should dig mine out, and it's Early Americans from Little House.
Yep.
And
did you finish the whole block?
No. But I did work on Nathan Hale, and I don't have much left to do on Nathan Hale, so there he is.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I got the house completed, and I got Nathan in there. Yes. And so I'm pretty happy. I hope that showed.
It does.
Pretty happy. Several people came by and complimented me on it, and that makes anybody feel good.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much all I stitched over the weekend. But many people said, I've got to get mine out. So even though
get them out, people. Let's
even
go.
though I'm finally catching up, so will a lot of other people. Yes. And I enjoyed stitching on it. It was easy retreat stitching, if you will. And so it won't be long before I'll be back at it.
Yes, ma'am.
When we resume our regular routine around here.
Yes. I also stuck with one, despite my plans going into the retreat.
Yeah.
I actually stuck with one project, and it was one that my whistle stop starts, and it is Winter Fox from Not Forgotten Farm. And if you remember, I am doing the country sampler conversion for this. So as you'll be able to tell now that I have my fox, the fox itself is fully done on mine, and that it looks totally different than this photo. So I stitched on this for all of the retreats, including nights after the stitching room closed back at my B&B, and in the car on the way there and on the way here. So on the way home. So there's my fox. So as you can tell, it's very, very different. And I love him. I think he's handsome. What are you doing?
I was just looking behind those stitches, and I couldn't tell what it was, but it's just the backside of that little area right there.
That is a snowflake.
Okay, I know that now, but
were you concerned?
I was confused.
Okay, so that's my little foxy. And I've decided to name my fox Frank. Name my fox Frank because
yes, I want to know why.
Would you like to know why?
I would.
Well, let me just tell you. Because Spring Green is home to Frank Blood Wright.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
So, if you like what you see here, then you may also have this conversion if you purchase it from Country Sampler. I will tell you, though, that the color that I used in the fox is not the color that Country Sampler called for. I am using used Pumpkin Pie from Gentle Arts, as opposed to what they call for. So, I paid for the conversion, and it's only fair that I not give it away for free. So, if you love this like I love this, call Country Sampler, information below. I'm going to put this down because I have some required stitching I need to get done.
Right.
But I will not put it down for long.
Right.
So, okay. Now, you guys.
Yeah, wait till you see.
Okay. So, one of my super things I was looking forward to about going to the retreat was that I had sent some framing out to Julie McConnell at Reflections Framing and Stitching in Omaha, Nebraska. And the lovely, 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 amazing woman, Kathleen, from Kathleen's Trodden Trail, who happens to also live in Nebraska, in Omaha, and graciously said that she would bring them for me to the retreat. And so these, I got 3 pieces back, and I love them all. So you want to see them? So I have to say, so I don't have a lot of frame pieces. There's stuff at Keepsakes that I need to pick up. But most of the stuff on our wall is stuff that Pam has stitched, just because she's been stitching for that much longer.
Right.
But Keepsakes stopped doing framing. So I do have some of my final stuff. Like I have my Fiona. I don't have 0 things framed, but I don't have as much as Pam does, and I have a lot of things in the under the bed box. So this is me just trying out a new framer after hearing wonderful thing after wonderful thing after wonderful thing about Julie, and knowing her personally, I trusted her with all of my pieces. And so I think I might have found a new framer. So the first piece is, and she is, to be clear, before I show you, I know I'm sorry, is that she is exceptional to work with professionally. So I will tell you that not only am I impressed with the quality of her work, but she was very, very good about communicating with me and sending me photos. And, you know, she's a framer for a reason. And you'll see that in the second one I show you in when I talk about that. But she's really, really, really good at what she does. And so if you are someone who is looking for a framer at a reasonable price and knows what they're doing, Julie at Reflections is someone that you should consider. I highly recommend her, in all seriousness. Yes, she's a friend, but to trust someone with your needlework is a whole nother situation. So, so my first piece is 6 Fat Men from Lizzie Kate. And I will tell you that this frame I was adamant about wanting. She gave me a couple options. She told me which one she liked, and I said, nope, I want the other one. And so this is my 6 Fat Men from Lizzie Kate. And I picked the frame because it's like shiny and it looks like snow, but to me it reminds me of a fresh coat of snow, but it doesn't take away from the stitching, I don't think. And you can see the sparkle of the fabric in there really well. And this is 99%, it's conservation glass that I had her put on all of these, especially the white stitches. So yes, so this will be the centerpiece of our winter wall. Believe it or not. Okay. And then my second piece is one that is part of my inspiration wall, or my quote wall, or will be part of it. And so this is my example of how the framer knows best most of the time, unless I'm a stick in the mud about it. I had pictured for this one something, and she was like, well, let's try this. And I was like, okay, I trust you. And so I trust her, and it's fantastic. So this is a Single Step by Stitchrovia. And my vision initially, in all honesty, was a frame that was blue, that matched in some way, shape, or form. I did know from Barbara's telling me that blue is a very hard frame color to match, and so I didn't really know what to expect. And so when Julie showed me this frame, which is green with like gold outer and inner border, and how it played with Journey and Begins, and the grass on the bottom, I was like, yeah, it's perfect. So yes, I love this so much. And I will link Stitchrovia's shop below on Etsy. And my last one is a more recent finish, and I knew exactly what I wanted going into this, and I said, Julie, I want a washed out white frame. And she said, okay. And I wanted it for Easter Parade by Blackbird Designs. So this is exactly the kind of frame I wanted. And I'm super, super proud of this piece. Like, so I don't know why, but I am. So I think because my stitches look pretty good, I think. And that eyelet is pretty cool, and all those eyelets and that damn bunny. I just love this piece. So yeah, it's great. And I will link Julie's FlossTube channel, and we'll also put Reflections phone number down below. Thank you so much, Julie. They're amazing, and I will be sending you more pieces soon. So, okay.
All right. Let's talk about some promotional
promotions.
things that we do.
Yes.
So the first one being...
Yep, first one being So Much to Love, Project Bag of the Month Club. We had our mail held until tomorrow. So in next week's regularly scheduled programming video, you will see our October Bag of the Month.
Right.
We just have been gone for all of this month. So it is at the post office waiting for us. The signups for the 2020 club are still available, so I will link that below. And then next week, I will show you all of the wonderfulness that is in the October Bag of the Month.
Right.
And then our second promotion for this video is from Twin Peak Primitives. So the first part of the promotion is the Pattern of the Week, which is where we go through their collection, find a chart that we love, we think that you'll love too, we tell the twins, they say okay, and then they make it 15% off for all of our viewers. So what's the name of this week's pattern, Pam?
This week's pattern is called A Retro Christmas.
Fantastic.
And it is a skater scene, and I always like that kind of theme for winter.
Yes.
And so we'll insert a picture of that here.
Cool.
Isn't that sweet?
Yes. All right, cool.
And we also want to talk about
Tracking the season.
Stitch Mania.
So,
Dutch Mania.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh. Sorry, girls.
Dutch Mania.
Dutch
Okay.
Mania.
So, here is how this works. Okay. So, if this is the first time that you're watching our channel, pay attention.
Yeah.
If you've been watching us since forever, I'm sorry. I promise it's almost over, us talking about this every week. Anyway, okay. So,
sorry, not sorry.
Our next and final trip, stitchy trip for 2019, is to the Netherlands, as in the Netherlands in Europe.
The country.
Yes. And it is a trip that is fully paid for and was gifted to us by the lovely designers at Twin Peak Primitives. Not only did they buy Pam a ticket, they bought me a ticket, and they want to buy you a ticket. And this is your last week to purchase this chart.
Right.
We've been saying all year we're going to pick a winner at the end of October. It's the end of October.
Right.
So we are going to, so the last day to purchase the charts,
which is called Tracking the Seasons,
is Saturday, October 26th.
Right.
And
so
then
no matter when you watch this video, Saturday, October 26th is the last day to buy it to get a chance to go with us.
Correct. And then what happens is that so if you want to purchase this chart, you can purchase a digital copy PDF download from the Twin Peak Primitives website or their Etsy shop, both of which places you can also buy the pattern of the week for 15% off. Or if you'd rather have a hard copy, that is totally fine too. You can purchase yours from Beach Cottage Stitchers, also linked below. If you decide to purchase your chart this week from your local Needlework shop, then please do not forget that they need to know that you purchased it. And the only way that they're going to know that you purchased it is if you post a picture of it to the Twin Peak Primitives business Facebook page or just to Instagram using the hashtag DutchMania, DutchMania, Dutch Mania. So they will do a final sweep of all the social media hashtags and all the purchases throughout the course of next week. So we have a video next Sunday. Then they will be gathering all the, putting together the full list and all of that. And then they will send me the list at some point next week or in 2 weeks after all sales are final. And then we will pick a winner for the Netherlands trip in our first video in November.
Right.
Okay. So, it's coming up quick. So you have 1 week to make your purchase. Any purchases of Tracking the Seasons after the 26th of October do not count for the trip, unfortunately. But we're confident that all the people that would like to travel with us have entered. Right. So, if you have not, if you've been a procrastinator extraordinaire, now's the time to do it.
Right.
So, there is that.
There's that.
All right.
All right.
We have a couple other small things from our regularly scheduled programming.
Right.
So, mail call. Okay, people.
I'm getting used to this hat.
I know you are. Google.
Every time I speak loudly, her phone
thinks you're talking.
Thinks I have a question for Google.
Okay. So I came home from work last week and got a box of stuff from Maine. And it was from our friend Kay, who was in Maine.
Yep.
A really sweet guy.
Yep.
And it was just really, really nice.
Yeah.
She's
keep that card.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Good.
And she also wrote us a sweet note. I'm just making sure I take everything out of the box so I don't forget it.
It was a big box.
It was a big box. Okay. So she lives in the Portland, Maine area, and then she explained a lot of the things that are inside the box. First and foremost, she gave us, there's a chocolate place called Wilbur's of Maine. And I think she went to a different location than the one that I've been to, but they're really, really good chocolate. And so she sent us all these molded chocolates. Look at this.
I might eat that tonight.
Lobster.
Just saying.
Lighthouse.
White chocolate.
White chocolate's my favorite, Pam. And a kitty cat. And a dark chocolate tractor for tracking the seasons. Isn't that sweet?
Isn't that cute?
And then she also sent us this lovely sampler box from Wilbur's of Maine. So I can't wait to break into that. And then she also sent us some charts. And she said in the letter that we could either keep them if we didn't have them already, or give them away in a giveaway. And we're going to do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So, we have surpassed 8,000 subscribers. So, after we get settled from our trip, and after we get through the whole pick a winner for the Netherlands thing, before we leave for Europe, we are going, what?
If there's time, because this is a pretty big giveaway, and it might take some time to
put stuff together,
to organize it and send it out. We know what we're going to do,
yeah.
And we're not going to reveal that yet.
Okay.
But it'll be soon.
Before the year's up?
I think so.
Okay.
We might do halvesies. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So she sent us 2 charts from the Little House Needleworks. The first one is they're both from Hometown Holiday Series, but this one is Coffee Shop. So cute. I have some in the series. I don't have that one. Then this one is The Diner. I love that one. Fresh pies.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sent us 2 charts from the Little Stitcher. One is The Wizard of Oz. Look for this in a giveaway. Pam stitched this for me one Christmas a few years ago. So I have this stitching framed outside of my bedroom door. However, this is a brand new copy of it. So that'll go to a lucky winner. And then this is a White Christmas, and from the Little Stitcher. So she does a bunch of different, like there's Blue Christmas, Red Christmas, and this is White Christmas. Look at those cute little ice skates.
Ice skates, I love it.
Yes.
Keeping that one.
Yes, of course.
Right.
And then you can talk about that.
So she sent a wooden ornament that is from palmettoengraving.com, and it is a depiction of West Quoddy Head Light, and that has special significance because that is the middle lighthouse on the Pam's Maine chart that we're doing the sale for.
Yes.
And I haven't checked lately, but we're up over 60 people in the Facebook group. So if you Like Things Maine to cross stitch, look on Twin Peak Primitives for that chart.
Yes. Okay, and Kay also makes jewelry. And she makes them out of sea glass.
Isn't that amazing?
That she finds on Maine beaches. So I will hold up her card so you can take a screenshot of it.
Yep.
And the ear, I'm just going to show you them in the box.
Yeah, she's got them kind of protected by the padding. But we each have a new pair of earrings made from Maine sea glass.
They're so pretty.
That's amazing. That's just amazing.
Them. They're so gorgeous.
I want the purpley-ish
Good, because I want the white ones.
So there you go.
Perfect.
We just made that snap decision.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the last thing.
Yeah.
That she got me.
Right.
Can I use this tonight?
Sure.
And I opened it and I was like, what in the good God is this? And so I opened it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was plastic wrap around it to be, or a bubble wrap around it to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt like a soda can. And I was like, did she send me a can of Mountain Dew? And this is hysterical because I was tagged in at least 3 posts this weekend for this product. And they had no idea that I had received one in the mail. So, can of Mountain Dew? Not just can of Mountain Dew. It's a Mountain Dew candle, people. And it smells just like Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a lemon lime citrus situation. And man, oh man, is it amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I can't wait. And like, what a great way to recycle. Can we just talk about that for a second?
Right.
So, thank you so much for your lovely note, Kay. We loved it. We loved everything you sent us.
Yes.
You are so, so, so kind.
Yes.
So I want to make sure her letter goes in the card.
Yes.
So it does not get, and I can't wait to burn that candle. I am pumped about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, that was all we had for mail call. Then the only thing that I have for a haul.
Right.
So
moving right along.
Right. When Pam and I went to, the Tiara retreat, which was our first retreat of the year, we were given a bunch of coupons for Etsy shops, and one of them was a $10 coupon for Heartstring Samplery. And so after talking to Beth Twist, who's a designer at Heartstring Samplery, at Galleria this year, I decided on which chart I was going to purchase with my coupon. And I was talking to Beth about it in her room at Galleria, and I was like, man, I really want to do that chart, but there's just so much grass. And then she tells me that the grass is half-stitched. And I was like,
okay then.
Are you serious? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, there you go.
Right.
So I bought the cat sampler. Look at that freaking house, man.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about this.
Yeah.
I am pumped about this.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. And then on my invoice.
Yeah.
Beth Twist, you're funny.
Yeah.
You are a funny, funny girl. But there's so much grass. Thanks, Beth.
Mm.
So, I will, if I have room in my box, because I'm running out of room here.
Yeah.
In my description box, I will link Heartstring Samplery. However, if you just go to Etsy and type in Heartstring Samplery, you'll find our Etsy shop.
Yeah.
And so, thank you for that. And I am going to be keeping this in the package.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll probably put it on the back.
Yeah.
Because
That'd
that's
be
hysterical.
fun. That'd be fun, yeah.
So, yeah, that's everything.
That's pretty much it. Of course, like I
Holy
said,
crap.
our mail will resume tomorrow. So
Yes.
Next week, back to real life. We'll probably have some things that have come in the mail. In this, stop the hold mail, start it up again, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And finally it will all arrive. So,
our plans for next week are to recover.
Yeah.
I go back to work tomorrow. And then Friday and Saturday are a couple of very exciting days at Keepsakes. Because one of my best friends, Kia B, and her wonderful husband Nathan are coming to Cincinnati. So there is a meet and greet that's hosted by Keepsakes that features Kia B and Nathan. Will be at Keepsakes. So she will be there all day Saturday and all day Friday and all day Saturday.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Yep, as will I. So but don't come to see me. Come to see Kia.
Oh yeah.
And so she is the main event, the main attraction. So I know just from talking to her every day that she is very excited about coming to Cincinnati. Keepsakes has become her home away from home, as they say. And so we are excited to officially welcome her into the Keepsakes family with this meet and greet this weekend. So if you're in the area and you want to meet Kia B and Nathan, this is your opportunity to do so. If you've never been to Keepsakes, come meet Kia. So,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, so there's that. And we're going to stay home for
for a while.
6 weeks.
About 6 weeks.
Yes.
Before we head to the Netherlands.
Yes.
We're looking forward to some time off, some quantity of quality stitching.
Yes.
So we will get back to a regular schedule next week.
Yep.
Which will be roughly Sunday night, Monday morning, depending on your time zone, where you live in the worldwide.
Gosh, it's 9 o'clock.
I know. Wow. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this gargantuan video all about Midwest.
Can you imagine if we put last week's and this week's together?
Yeah, we'd be here all day, folks. So,
no, thank you, ma'am.
Anyway, we hope that you enjoyed visiting with us. We're happy to see you. And I'm getting tired of this hat, but I'm afraid to take it off because then I'll have hat head and no one
hat
likes,
hair.
Well, whatever. No one wants that.
Right.
In the meantime, make time to stitch. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Right.
Don't forget the pattern of the week, Retro Christmas, and get your
tracking
the seasons before
Saturday the 26th.
Saturday the 26th.
Yes.
And lots of exciting things yet to come in 2019.
Yes.
Be well. We will see you in
less than a week.
Less than a week. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, yeah.
Until then, I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is
Just Keep Stitching. Bye.